This is how I got from this to this in 5 days. I've always wanted to learn how to rollerblade since I was a kid, but I've been putting it off. This year, I finally set my mind to learn this skill once and for all. The first thing I do is to get a pair of rollerblades from Decathlon. This is where we Singaporeans get our cheap, affordable sports equipment. Of course, I got protective gear too. Now that I got that out of the way, it's time to do some research on how to rollerblade. Some key points I took away are to keep short and quick steps instead of long strides, and to keep the knees forward, body upright, pressing my shin into the front of the boots. And with that, I'm ready to go. I started out by taking small baby steps. It was a little awkward at first, but I started to get into the groove pretty quickly. You may not believe that this is my first time rollerblading, but it is. I think the reason I could do this is because I have some experience doing ice skating. I continued to practice going round and round the car park in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Towards the end, I simulated a few falls to get over my fear of falling and also practice getting up. I thought day 2 was going to be easy, seeing how quickly I picked up on day 1. But when I put on my skates a second time, I felt like a total stranger again. But slowly as I make my rounds, I got more comfortable. I practiced the lemon, working on both moving forward and backwards. Oh gosh, I didn't expect that it would place so much strain on the sole of my feet. They were so sore just after 10 seconds of doing this exercise. It looks so easy in the tutorial videos, but when you actually try to do it, it's a whole new ball game. Today I practiced increasing my speed and working on my plow stop. This is done by widening your stance, following by closing it quickly by forming an A shape. However, I felt the most today because I was really pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. It's not easy to slow down when travelling at speed while maintaining balance. It is also today that I realized I needed to get a helmet to prevent myself from getting seriously injured. Next, I worked on moving in circles by placing the heels facing one another. But you could see that I barely moved at all, so more work needs to be done. I practiced jumping a few times too. It's actually not too difficult, but make sure you are leaning forward, if not this will happen. These are the injuries that I sustained today. It would have been a lot worse if I did not have any protective gear on. So remember to gear up, people, even if you think it's uncool. I feel the biggest improvement on day 4, probably because I really pushed myself on day 3. I'm able to cruise much faster and apply the plow stop better now. While I still fell once or twice, I have a better understanding on how the brake works. It's really about creating that A shape in the feet to increase the friction between the wheels and the ground. I decided to skate the entire stretch of the car park, trying to get as fast as possible from one end to the other because I'm more confident in my abilities now. I also figured out on my own how to make turns. It is done by placing more weight on one foot. To turn left, you simply place more weight on your right foot, and vice versa. While it's not the sharpest turn, learning to turn like this will allow me to cruise in parks. Today, I finally decided to rollerblade out in the park for the first time. I also got my helmet ready. The first thing that I noticed when inline skating outdoors is that the floor is so much rougher. With this much friction, I needed to push harder to get the rollerblades going. Slowly, as I got used to the terrain, I was able to pick up my speed, and before long, I'm cruising along comfortably. I also realized that compared to the car park, the park has more bumps and also upward and downward slopes, which are all new challenges to get used to. I also tried skating backwards today by applying what I learned during the lemon drill, and it worked out pretty well. And that's my progress after 5 days of rollerblading. I wouldn't say that I'm very proficient at it yet, but I'm confident that I can skate outdoors in a park without any major hiccups. Personally, I would recommend all beginners to learn the lemon exercise first because it teaches you how to stop, skate forward and backwards, which are all fundamental skills of rollerblading. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a series of videos whereby I pick up various skills and sports. So stay tuned and see you again soon.